nice one internet for me is just came just on because there's no lights. Hairline. How you doing now? Okay, now, let me just start. Yeah. The goal is not to finish. The goal is just to understand the little that I can read. I can read. Yeah, that's the goal actually. The goal is not to finish because I don't want to bend this. I guess I just have to hold it. So now the name of this course is Knowledge Management Tools and Technologies. So knowledge management. I didn't write the definition here, so I wrote it somewhere in my other book. So let me check for it. Okay. This is not the one my lecturer gave me, bro. I've read before, so I'm just trying to so it's not easy. So knowledge management. When you hear knowledge management, what's knowledge management? I hope you can hear me. Let me take it from your YouTube. It's slow a bit. Okay, knowledge management. When you hear knowledge management, what comes to your mind? First, knowledge. What is knowledge? I talked about it yesterday in my other life. Knowledge. I talked about knowledge. That's information that has been understood and has been applied in decision making. That's what knowledge is. That's knowledge. Information that has been understood and has been applied in decision making. That's knowledge. So now management. So you get what I'm saying? Now management. Let's say the network don't good now. Let me check them. Reikis, just search for Reikis. You will see me for there. Okay, what's knowledge? Knowledge is information that has been understood and applied. You don't see them in decision making. Yeah, that's knowledge. So now let's break it down. Knowledge, information. Information is processed data, right? Yeah, processed data that has been understood. You have to understand that information. You have to understand that information. You have to understand it. Then you have to now apply it into the decision making. That's what makes it knowledge. So if I say, okay, today now, if I tell you something now, if I tell you an information that, okay, today, I want to bath today, or I like to bath, that's not knowledge. That's just an information because I've not applied it. But when I say, okay, I had my bath today, or I used is past tense, so I had my bath today. So it's a knowledge because it has been applied in decision making. It has been understood because you have a reason why you are bathing. So that makes it knowledge. So knowledge is information that has been understood and applied in decision making. Don't see them. Then now let's go to management. I like breaking it down very well. So management. Now when you say management, what comes to your mind? Like management, it's like organizing, collating, management, organizing, collating, like combining, like structuring, manage. So just for organizing, collating, combining, structuring. That's what management is all about. Organizing, collating, structuring. So now let's combine both of them together. Let's see what we get. Don't forget to. Okay, let me give you a definition for management. Management is the process of nothing is coming to my head now. Okay, let me try to search for it. I've read it before, so I'm trying to look for where I wrote it. There's no definition for management here, and I don't have time for that. So now what's knowledge management? I'm going to put this phone here. Okay, what's knowledge management? Knowledge management is the process of identifying, organizing, storing, and disseminating information within an organization. So let's take it. Knowledge management is the process of identifying. That's the first thing. You have to identify information. First, for knowledge management, the first step is to identify information. So knowledge management is the process of identifying, organizing. First step is identifying. Second step is organizing. You have to organize the information. Then you store. Then you disseminate. So don't forget that there are 4 steps to knowledge management. The first step is knowledge management is the process of identifying. What do you do next? You organize. After organizing, you store. After storing, you disseminate. That means you share. You display, disseminate, share, communication. Communication, that's dissemination. When you're sharing information. Identifying, organizing, storing, and sharing within an organization. So without this 4, knowledge management is incomplete. Your definition is incomplete, rather. You will not get your full marks. So what's knowledge management now? The process of identifying, organizing, storing, and disseminating information within an organization. So let's go again. It is the process of identifying, storing, and disseminating information within an organization. Yeah. Identifying within an organization. So don't forget there are 4. You identify. That means to search. That means to search for information, to create information. The next one is to organize. That's to collate, to make it structured. Yeah, like structured in something. Organizing, you're making it structured. Yeah, like organizing something. Like something is scattered now, you want to organize it. That means you're bringing meaning to it. Don't forget that's data. 3 days ago I talked about data. Data is processed fast. That's without meaning. But when you now organize it, that's what makes it an information. Yeah. Okay, it's paused. Okay. Now we go to 2 forms. There are 2 forms of knowledge management. We have explicit knowledge and tactic knowledge. Explicit knowledge and tactic knowledge. Okay, tacit knowledge. Sorry. Explicit knowledge, from what I remember from what my teacher said and what I read, explicit knowledge is knowledge you like from experience, based on experience. Something like now, maybe something happened to you and there's a certain approach that you use to encounter and solve that issue. So that's what explicit. When you now share that knowledge, that's what explicit knowledge is. But tacit knowledge, and the explicit knowledge is harder to write down because it's from experience. But tacit knowledge, they are always documented. You can find them in library, you can find them online, just like PDF. Those PDFs you get online, those are explicit, those are tactics knowledge. So explicit knowledge, those are the ones that are based from experience. The example I just gave now is an example of explicit, the ones that you are born with, the one that okay, situation made you create them. So what are called explicit knowledge. Then tacit knowledge, those are the ones that you learn. Wait, I'm sorry, it's the opposite. Sorry, it's the opposite. Explicit is the one that is documented down and written down and can be stored and shared. While tacit is the form of business that is personal. It's personal, based on experience, and it is hard to document. So sorry, I'm sorry for that. Tacit is the one that is personal, based on experience. Explicit is the one that is documented and written down and can be stored and shared. So that's it. So those are the 2 major. We have more because when I was reading, I got to know about implicit. I told you about it, but in the class, my lecturer only talked about 2. That's tacit and explicit. So don't forget, tacit is one that is based on experience, that is hard to write down. It's personal. While explicit is the one that is documented and written down. Example, textbooks, tacit example of tacit is playing piano by hearing. That's from experience. It's nobody taught you, it's from experience. It's a knowledge. But you can teach others. You can decide to teach others. So now we have knowledge management tools and technologies. That is even the basic topic. That is the basic course code I'm teaching. I'm reading today. Knowledge management tools and technologies. So under the tools we have artificial intelligence. There's actually a PDF, but I don't have enough device, so my phone, if I remove it, it will pause. So we have knowledge management tools and technology. We have artificial intelligence. We have digital collaborative platforms. We have library. We have NLP, natural language processing. Okay, let me just start from here. We have natural language processing. We have machine learning. We have predictive augmented analysis. We have AI powered chatbots. We have digital library. So now let's take it one by one. And okay, we have components. First of all, we have components. Sorry, before that, knowledge management tools and technologies. We have components. Components of knowledge management. Components of knowledge management. Okay, components of knowledge management. Yeah, components of knowledge management. Okay, now we have knowledge creation. Knowledge creation. Yeah, just as I said earlier, you first identify, then you identify. After identifying, you organize, then you store, then you disseminate. Then accordingly, yeah, first you knowledge creation is number one. That's identification. You identify knowledge. Then number two is knowledge storage. You save the data. You store it. You protect it. The knowledge sharing, you disseminate it, you transfer. That's a better word. You transfer, you disseminate it. Then knowledge utilization and application. I'm actually feeling it right now. Sorry, I'm actually feeling it right now. So, knowledge utilization and application. That's like you apply the knowledge in decision making. You know, that's what makes an information knowledge. A knowledge is an information that has been understood and applied in decision making. So now they're talking about it in knowledge application, knowledge utilization. You must have applied the information before it can become a knowledge. Knowledge is something that's worked. Knowledge is not just one adage, or it's something that's worked. Like worked. That's what's called knowledge. Something that has worked. Yeah. So the next step is knowledge evaluation. That means you examine, evaluate. Evaluate is just like exam. Like in exam, you say evaluate this. Yeah, that's exam. I don't really understand that, bro. I cram it. I don't understand, I cram it. So we have knowledge, culture, and leadership. Sharing information. Knowledge, culture, and leadership. No knowledge has culture. Everything in this life has culture and ethics. So knowledge, before you can get knowledge and store and everything, there must be a culture, must be a laid down process you have to follow, structure and leadership. Technological, information infrastructure. Yeah, technological. That's the use of IT to store knowledge. Library, computer. Nowadays, we use IT to even do our exams. CBT. That's computer based exam. That's for me. Yeah. So digital application. So now let's take it. Let's take it again. First, we have knowledge creation. Second, we have what? Knowledge storage. Then third, we have knowledge application. I don't think that's the third one. Knowledge application. Then the fourth one, we have knowledge evaluation. Then we have technological infrastructure. Then we now have knowledge, culture, and leadership. Yeah, I missed. We have 7 here, and I only mentioned 5 from my head. So first one is knowledge creation. You have to create knowledge first. Knowledge creation. You have to create it. Then next, you store. After storing, after you create, you store. After you store, you now share. Disseminate, you transfer. Then after that, you now apply it. That's what makes it a knowledge in the first place. You apply it in decision making. That's application. That's 3, right? That's 3. Then 4, what you're going to do is you evaluate, you examine it, you examine that knowledge. Then number 5 is that what's number 5, bro? Okay, culture, knowledge, culture, and leadership. You know that tell you before there's a structure to everything. So you have to know the culture and the leadership. You don't just do things anyhow. Okay, shinko. There's structure and there's structure. There's structure, like basic structure. You don't just do things anyhow to knowledge. Then the last one is technological infrastructure, the use of IT, digital library, computer data applications to store knowledge. Let's go again. First of all, we have knowledge creation, knowledge storing, knowledge sharing, knowledge application, knowledge evaluation, knowledge culture and knowledge culture and leadership. Then we have technological infrastructure. That's all. Now, benefits of implementing knowledge management tools. What are the benefits? First, we have improved decision making. Yes, because when your knowledge is managed, when you manage your information, you have improved decision making. Those information that you have managed, you cannot use it to make decisions, make strategic information. Sorry, to make strategic decisions. You need to make strategic decisions in the organization. Team collaboration. Benefit of implementing team collaboration. What does that mean? Knowledge management. When your knowledge is managed, there will be collaboration. Yeah, you use that. You'll be able to use that knowledge to collaborate with other people. But when there's no knowledge, or even when there's knowledge but it's not managed, it's not organized, it's not stored, the knowledge is just waste. But when you use it, you can use it for team collaboration. Like now, we have information that the product is available. What we use that product for? You sell it, put it on sales, you can put it on promo, you can put it on flashes, give it to your customers. Then you now collaborate on the strategy, the methods you use. Because you don't just do it, there's a method to everything. There's a method to everything. Yeah, there's a method to everything. So yeah, that's it. So the next one is storage. Benefit of management, because there is a system that you can store knowledge inside. There are systems you can store knowledge inside. There's a system you can store knowledge inside. There's a system you can store knowledge inside. That's one of the benefits. Because when you have knowledge and you cannot store the knowledge, it's just wasted. It's just going to waste. That's why I will even use an example that some people they have got great knowledge, but they died because they don't want people to know their knowledge. They don't want. Remember, like you mean some people like all those AJ people said they have a lot of knowledge about how they do their things, but they don't want to tell anybody. They don't want to pass it on there, so they die with their knowledge. But when your knowledge is managed, it's organized, it's stored, storage, you can retrieve it later. When something is stored, you can retrieve it later. So now you have vast knowledge. Yeah, you'll be open to information brings about vast knowledge. Like managed information, which makes it knowledge. It brings about vast knowledge. So now we have continuity. Continuity is like when your knowledge is managed, when you have information like flowing in, flowing out, cash and knowledge inflow, knowledge outflow. Continuity means like when something is like, this is the word continuity, like it doesn't stop, it's unending, infinity, like continuing, just going. Because that's what knowledge, it will make your business continue, like continuity, to give your business that continuity, to not be able to stop, because you have abundance of information you can use, whenever you like. Now you have efficiency. Information, when your knowledge is managed, you'll be able to work effectively. Your processes will be effective. So now let's start again. We have improved decision making, we have storage, we have efficiency, we have continuity, we have vast knowledge, we have team collaboration. Let's start again. 20 minutes gone. Wow, I have 10 minutes more. I don't know when I'll start 1 hour, but let me just continue 30 days. If I'm continuing like this for the next, we have like 48 days to exam now. If I'm doing like this for the next, bro, I'll be good actually. And I'm taking different courses each day. 3 days ago, I did, what course did I even take? I can't remember. But yesterday, I took data and Okay, the first day I took data, yeah, right. But today's knowledge information. Yesterday I took MIS, Management Information System. Yeah. So now, benefits of implementing knowledge management tools: improve decision making. Improve decision making. Improve decision making. It is one of the benefits of implementing. Improve. I've already explained it just to memorize it. Improve decision making. Team collaboration. Storage. Continuity. Efficiency. Vast knowledge. That's 6. Let's start again. One of the benefits of implementing knowledge: we have improved decision making, we have team collaboration, we have storage, we have continuity, we have efficiency, we have vast knowledge. Yeah, vast knowledge. You'll be able to even expand the knowledge. You said, see, the other said, Yoruba other said, you cannot give what you don't have. When you have knowledge, you'll be able to expand it. You'll be able to expand. So let's start again. The benefits of implementing knowledge management tools: we have number 1, improved decision making. Number 2, team collaboration. Number 3, storage. Number 4, vast knowledge. Then number 5, continuity. Number 6, efficiency. That's all for that. Then the technologies that are used for knowledge management tools and technologies. There are knowledge management tools and technologies. You have NLP, that's natural language processing. Oh Jesus, I have a program by 8 p.m. I wonder how I'm going to do it. If they don't bring lights, I'm cooked, bro. I have to go inside school and chat, bro. One more. I go do this thing like this. You tell lights inside school, of course, right? Let's have a go school, go inside school, go chat. I feel like ending life now. See, this life, whenever you're close to the finish line, see, I'm 8 minutes close to 30 minutes. Why don't I just wait? Why don't I just wait? Okay, so that's where I'm going to end today's live. So, yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and enjoy yourself. So, let me show you my notes. So this is it. This is my notes. This is where we stop. So we'll continue our technology. You see, taking everything small by day. I don't just want to rush it. So, see you later. Clock it.